Hey everybody, it's Molly with All Ears, and I am back today with a brand new video. Today we are doing our wait times experiment, but we are at Universal Orlando. I'm gonna hit the biggest rides in both of the theme parks here to see if the wait times are accurate to what they're posted. I'm gonna share tips and tricks to help you plan your Universal Orlando day, and we can figure out just how much time you're gonna spend waiting in line. I hope you're ready, I hope you're excited. We got a lot to do. We are starting our day today here at Universal's Islands of Adventure. This is where, as the wall literally says, the adventure begins. Why Islands of Adventure, you may be asking? Thank you for asking. That's a great question. And that's because they have more outdoor attractions. And it's the summertime of Florida, which means it'll probably rain this afternoon. And therefore, attractions like the Incredible Hulk, Velocicoaster, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM will close in inclement weather. So I definitely recommend prioritizing these outdoor attractions that you want to do here because, as you may have seen in my Best Day at Islands of Adventure video, they will close because of weather. Whereas over at Universal Studios Florida, there's not as many big ticket outdoor ones. So that's why we're starting here. It opened at 8 o'clock for early park admission for certain levels of resort guests. And all resort guests and certain levels of annual pass holders. So I definitely think, I've talked about it before, that staying at a Universal resort is a great idea if you're gonna come here for a day or two. Not only are you gonna get that early park admission if you come here and you stay at a Universal resort, but certain resorts also get you the free express pass, which will help you avoid the vast majority of the lines for free. It's an incredible perk of staying at some of their resorts. So I will link my Royal Pacific tour. That's my favorite of the resorts that offers the free express pass perk. But we today are starting our wait time adventure, where I recommend starting, if you're not going to early park admission, the Incredible Hulk coaster. The Incredible Hulk coaster has a 54-inch height requirement. There's a posted 15-minute wait right now, and it is an intense coaster. We're talking a surprise uphill launch right there, a bunch of inversions. It goes 0 to 40 in 2 seconds. Oh boy, what a way to wake up. But it's got a posted 15-minute wait right now to start the morning off. Is that accurate, or has it already jumped up? We'll find out. At Universal, you do have to put your items in a locker for a lot of attractions. Some attractions you can wear like a fanny pack or a lanyard still, but Hulk is not one of them. You actually go through metal detectors because this ride is that intense. It's for safety. So I'm gonna drop my phone and everything off, and I'll see you on the other side. Make sure, however, you take whatever you use to open your locker. It can be a room key, it can be a park ticket. Make sure you keep that in your pocket though, so you can get your stuff when you're done.
Open your assigned locker.
I survived my gamma radiation test. I just got off the Incredible Hulk. My wait time was 24 minutes, again, posted 15. When I walked in, actually the team member said it might be a little bit longer, more like 25, so like kudos to that team member. So a little bit longer. My assumption is everybody comes here first thing in the morning if they're not going to Velocicoaster or Hagrid's. So it jumped up pretty quick. It's already 65. I consider any big theme park ride under 45 minutes during the summer a touchdown. Anything under 30 minutes, we'll consider that a big win. So I don't think 25 is too long for Hulk, but it was a little bit over just because I wasn't like the first people on it. I was within the first group of people to get here, but not like the first people here. So still think it's a great place to start your day. A couple cool things that I noticed while I was in the queue, because I had nothing to do but like look around. Normally, you could talk to your friends and family or look at your phone, but when you don't have either of those things with you, can't really do that. So one thing I noticed that was really cool, there was a bulletin board, and it was, because the theme of this attraction is that you're going into the lab for gamma radiation testing. There was a bulletin board, and it had all the doctors' names on them. And one of the doctors was named Dr. S. Lee, and another one was Dr. J. Kirby. And then there was also a request for time off form from another doctor, and he was requesting time off to go to Dr. Lee's birthday party at Stark Tower. So I just thought that was a really cool Easter egg that you could look for. Also, does anyone know where I can get the Hulk music for my like workout playlist? Because it's like dun 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 the whole time you're on there, and it really is like a bump and jam. So I may have to add that to the old workout playlist if I can find it. We are headed out of Marvel Landing. We got a lot to do in both parks. I know a lot of people also enjoy the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man in Marvel Landing. It makes me nauseous, but I will say the last time I rode it, the wait time was slightly underestimated. I think it's hard for them to guess correctly right within the first hour because it's really, really low when a park first opens, and then it shoots up because everybody gets here. But it was still about 30 minutes last time I rode it, which is what it's posted at now. We, however, are headed over to Skull Island, Reign of Kong, to see what that is looking like this fine morning. In the app right now, let's go over the wait times. Unfortunately, Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM is delayed right now. They're also testing a new virtual line system, so we'll get into that. Hopefully that will open up. Spider-Man had a 30-minute wait when I just walked past, 25 in the app. Kong had a 25-minute wait in the app. Jurassic Park River Adventure only had a 5-minute wait. Velocicoaster a 55-minute wait. Hulk a 65-minute wait. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey had a 45-minute wait. So those are some of the big ones here. Skull Island Reign of Kong has a 36-inch height requirement. It's jumped up to a 35-minute wait, so let's start the clock. The last time I was here for that best day ever in Universal's Islands of Adventure video, which we will link for you, I share some secrets and tips on how to navigate this park. This had a very long line all day long, so it does seem like if you want to get on this one, the morning's not a bad choice. This attraction is a simulator attraction. It's a big bus similar to Fast and the Furious Supercharged over at the other park. I think it's worth a ride at least once, especially for the giant Kong animatronic, which is very, very impressive and incredible. And I think it's worth a ride for at least that. I don't care for all of the simulator part as much, but I do like that animatronic. Also, this queue is a waking nightmare. So just know that. It's very dark, and as you can see, there are skulls everywhere, and good luck, I guess. There's whispering. He doesn't look friendly. Excuse me, sir. Do you know where I can get an iced coffee after this? Do you want anything? No? Okay. No. A chai. I got you. I believe this woman is a native, some kind of like witch doctor or spirit guide, and she is talking about the monster that is Kong, and it gets very dark in here. I mean, she's actually a very impressive audio animatronic. I wish the ride was as good as the queue. Like, the queue is very good. Yet another cool, I guess you could say, nightmare animatronic in the queue of this, like, slug creature. It reminds me of Tremors. There's a throwback for you. Anyway, the plot of this attraction is that you are on Skull Island where Kong lives, also dinosaurs, which is interesting. So you are going back, like, if you've seen King Kong the movie, like the newer ones with Jack Black, you're going like before that happened to the island. Danger live animal. Ooh, I can hear it and feel it. It's actually only been 20 minutes and I am about to board the Kong Mobile. I think that's their official name. I don't actually think that's true, but I'm gonna call it that. This is a 3D attraction, so you get to rock some of these very attractive bad boys. They'll tell you when to put them on. Now is not the time. But we're about to board. Wish me luck. Wait, do I really like the Skull Island Reign of Kong ride? I kind of think I do. I think I maybe didn't like it as much before because when the parks reopened, this ride had incredibly low capacity. They could only seat one party per row and only every other row. So it was like very, very long all the time. And now they just load them up. I only waited 20 minutes. That's the perfect amount of time to wait for that ride. And I actually really enjoyed it. So I think you should ride it if it's not that long of a line. Again, it was 20 minutes, posted 35 minutes. But that animatronic is awesome. Definitely recommend it. This sweet car, actually used in the Jurassic Park films, E.T. Dubs, is a hint for where we're headed next. Velocicoaster. Jurassic Park River Adventure only has a 5-minute wait, so that doesn't seem like a very fun thing to test out. However, Velocicoaster has a 65-minute wait, and I know if you're coming here, you want to ride Velocicoaster, so we're gonna go check that one out. In the past, when I've ridden Velocicoaster, it's been overestimated by about 20 or so minutes, but we will see if that's still the case. I did swing by the Burger Digs to get this pass holder cup. It was about $16 with my discount, but it's one of the refillable ones that I can refill all day throughout the day with sodas and ices and juices and whatever's in the Coca-Cola freestyle machines or the icy machines around. So they do still sell these around the parks if you'd like to grab yourself one. Now, I did a whole video about the dining plan Universal used to have, but they actually got rid of it. But they still have the freestyle cups. So about $16 means I have to fill it up 4 times to make it worth my while. And I like iced tea, I like ices. Maybe I'll get wild and get a soda, who knows. But you can also pay to reactivate it for less if you bring it back another day. Velocicoaster is the newest attraction at Universal Orlando. It is that incredible Jurassic World themed coaster. It is truly amazing. It's one of my favorite rides of all time already. It's the best coaster I've ever been on. It has a 51-inch height requirement, and we're headed in there, 55-minute posted wait. Let's start the clock. Velocicoaster does have a single rider line, but I don't recommend it for multiple reasons. The single rider line, if you're not familiar, will split you and your party up, and you will just fill in the seats for odd-numbered parties. But here at Velocicoaster and over at Hagrid's, you miss a lot of the queue, and at this attraction specifically, the queue is the coolest part. That's not true. It's one of the coolest parts. It's the coolest queue I've ever been in, maybe. And you'll miss the raptors, and you don't want to do that. And then 2, the single rider line at this and Hagrid's takes a very, very long time. So you might end up waiting almost as long as the regular line or longer. So I don't recommend doing single rider here. I will say the one downfall of this attraction is that this queue gets toasty out here. So this is a good one to ride, earlier in the day or in the evening. But it is an outdoor attraction, so you probably don't want to save it too late in the summer, otherwise it'll close to inclement weather. Not loving the look of these clouds, but we're still moving, and I haven't heard any weather announcements yet, so fingers crossed. As you can see, the inclement weather has started, and it is pouring rain and thundering, but it doesn't seem like it's going to be too long. It's already lightening up, and I can see blue sky. However, this attraction has closed. The wait time we were tracking is now invalid. So I'm going to scoot over to Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey through the rain, which is an indoor attraction, and ride that and clock that wait time and hope that when I'm done, the rain will be gone and I'll be able to ride this one. It took me like 3 minutes to walk over here, and it's already basically not raining, but it is still thundering. So for the record, I would never advise you to get out of a line like Velocicoaster, especially if you'd made it pretty far already. Give it a few minutes, because in the summer, the storms can go that quick. It can go from torrential downpour to sunny in moments, so I bet that ride opens up soon. The Thunder's just got to get out of here. But because of the rain and because Hagrid's is still closed, it's been delayed all day. This attraction shot up to a 75-minute wait. So of course, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is the ride inside the castle, and it is very exciting. It's really a must-do for your Harry Potter fans, but it is nauseating. You're going to be like on a bench basically, and then you are on the arm of like an octopus, and it swings you around, and you go upside down, and it's a combination of both real sets and virtual screens. It has a 48-inch height requirement, and like a lot of attractions here, it has an unusual seat. So I recommend checking out the test seat at the entrance of these attractions to make sure it's something you're going to be comfortable with. So I love riding this attraction for all of the Easter eggs and the details, especially in the queue. So at least walk through the queue, Harry Potter fans, because you're going to see stuff like the Mirror of Erised right here. Hello, I wish for the rain to go away. See if that happens. So we shall see if this is 75 minutes. It was a lot lower than that all day, but naturally at any park, if the rain starts and all the outdoor attractions close, the indoor attractions are going to get longer. So we'll see if 75 minutes is accurate. But this is not the time I would normally choose to ride this attraction. This line is moving pretty quickly, so I don't think 75 will be accurate. I think it'll be less than that. But just know when it's raining, all the indoor attractions lines are going to shoot up. So if you can do something else during that time, maybe eat or go shop or something like that, see a show. There's definitely a couple of great shows you could go check out over at the other park. That might be a better time. And then when it stops raining and the outdoor rides open back up, that's when you can ride some of these. But I don't think it's going to be as long as it said. Y'all, I finally found it. I've looked for this eagle and the snake a million times, and I finally said, excuse me, to the people behind me, and was like, go around me. I got investigating to do. That means the snake better be back there. Okay, I can see the bottom of it. Okay, this is rude. This is absolutely absurd. This is how much I can see of the snake. Are you? Wow, 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 wow. Wow, I'm mad. I'm mad. Can you imagine if the lion was that hidden? There'd be an outroar. That was a good pun. Anyway, I'm mad. Justice for the snake. If you're with me, stand it with me in the comments. Salazar, did you know that statue out there, the snake, is like in the back and you can barely see it? It really offended me. I didn't like it. Yeah, you should be mad. Could you fix that? It's been exactly 30 minutes and I am already inside of Dumbledore's office, and he's here to, come on, flash, no. Ruins it, your picture won't look good. I love Dumbledore's office because I like that you can see things like the Pensieve and Dumbledore himself chatting with you, and sort of Gryffindor. There's so many great Easter eggs in this queue and in this land in general. We have made it to the Defense of the Dark Arts classroom while Harry, Ron, and Hermione describe the plot to us of this attraction. We're supposed to go to a Hogwarts History of Magic class with Professor Binns, who's the ghost teacher. He's very boring, but only mentioned in the book, so I like that they are bringing that out into the land. If you haven't seen the movie, if you've only seen the movies, you wouldn't even know who that is. That's not the point. The point is, Harry, Ron, and Hermione are getting us out of the lecture. We're meeting them at the room of the requirement. Hermione's going to use flute powder and enchant the bench, and then we can go on a real exciting Hogwarts adventure. We're going to go to a Quidditch match. It's been a little more than 40 minutes and we're almost to the front. Just got to pass the sorting hat and we'll be ready to fly. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey posted 75-minute wait, ended up being 44 minutes. So even in the rain, even with everybody coming over here from Hagrid's and Velocicoaster, still about 30 minutes under, which is excellent. That attraction is really cool if you are a Harry Potter fan. You're going to see Dementors and Forbidden Forest and the Basilisk and the Chamber of Secrets and Quidditch and Flute Powder and dragons, and it is really, really cool. It is just so nauseating. So if you get motion sick, beware of this one, but at least walk through the queue. 45 minutes, I will take it. The rain has stopped. I can hear them testing Flight of the Hippogriff, which means they are likely getting ready to reopen the outdoor attractions. Now, it would be a good move right now to go linger around the outside of an outdoor attraction if you hadn't been in the queue already. Just because when they reopen the queue, you can jump in and hopefully be some of the first people in there. But we are doing a wait time video, so that's a great tip. It's not very helpful for tracking the wait time. So let's go get something to eat, and then hopefully by the time we're done, Velocicoaster will be back up and running and have a little bit of a wait that we can track. Universal recently got rid of mobile order. I'm not really sure why, because it seems like it was an efficient way to feed people. And the last time I ate here over at the Three Broomsticks, I waited an hour to get my food, which is a very long time for a quick service meal. So it's noon right now, that's peak lunchtime. I'm gonna go see how long it takes to eat here at the Burger Digs, which is a quick service in Jurassic Park. Chicken sandwiches, burgers, salads, that sort of thing. Classic theme park food. It's actually pretty good. I do enjoy a Universal burger. Look how long this is. I want to clock it so that give you an idea of how long you could wait for your food. And this is why I say, friends, eat off-peak mealtime. Eat at 10 a.m. or 3 p.m. Don't eat at peak mealtime like I'm about to. One tip though, friends, and this applies to Universal, Disney, lines for food, lines at the security, lines for the ticket. Scan all the lines. Don't just get in the first one you see. If you go down, look at this. There's a lot fewer people in these far lines just because people kind of see the line and then they stop. So scan the lines a lot of times at the turnstiles or the toll plaza or anything. If you just go further down, you'll be able to avoid people. Took about 10 minutes to get through the line and place my order. Now I'm waiting for my food. As you can see, they've got a couple different burgers here. They've got a vegan burger, a grilled chicken Sammy. They've got a salad. You can make any of the burgers protein style. And don't forget, you can add sauteed onions, mushrooms, or bacon to anything. And I love that you can add sauteed onions and mushrooms, which I did. And I already got my refillable cup, so I'll refill that. And I'd like to note you can get the Isla Nublar IPA here, that really good Jurassic Park exclusive beer. You can grab it in here if you're dining and you'd like to do that. Okay, took about 30 minutes total between ordering and getting my food, a little less than 30 minutes, but I got it. I got a table. Shout out to the kind gentleman who was like, there's a table over there, they're getting up, and he helped me find a table because it is very busy in here. Peak lunchtime though. But I got a grilled chicken sandwich. I added cheese. It already comes with lettuce, tomato, and then I also added the sauteed onions and mushrooms. They gave them to me in a little cup, and I'm excited to give this a whirl. It's really actually pretty good for a theme park grilled chicken sandwich. Now, I would eat basically anything if you put grilled mushrooms and onions on it, but getting just a bite of the chicken, it's got pretty decent flavor. I mean, it is just grilled chicken, but it's peppered. It's not super dry, so which happens a lot with grilled chicken sandwiches. It's got a little bit of moisture in there. The produce is fresh. I love these brioche buns. Now, I do think their burgers are really actually quite good for a theme park burger, but this isn't bad if you want to do chicken, do something a little bit lighter, healthier. I'm not mad about this at all, frankly. Universal does a good job with classic theme park food. All right, lunch accomplished. 30 minutes. I mean, it's not great, but I've waited 30 minutes outside Cosmic Rays for my mobile order to be called at Disney. I think that's just what's going to happen if it's a busy day at a theme park and you eat at noon. So when I went in there at like 10:30 to get my cup earlier, there's no one in there. So just like eat weird times, and I think that will definitely help. I know I always say don't eat like boring food in a theme park, but if you've got picky eaters or you don't want to wait in line for the Harry Potter food, I like the Burger Digs. No complaints from me. Now, the bad news is Velocicoaster reopened while I was in there and has since closed again for weather yet again. You can see some inclement weather coming back. So let's check it out, but I think we're not going to get on. Yeah, it still says weather delay right there. So I've decided that since the last two rides we wanted to ride here for this experiment, the last two most popular rides in Universal are Hagrid's and Velocicoaster, and neither of those are open right now because of weather. We're going to go ahead and get in line for the Hogwarts Express, the train, and take it over to Universal Studios Florida. Let the weather clear itself out, and then we can take the train back later to ride at least one of those, hopefully. But over at Universal Studios Florida, we've got Escape from Gringotts, Mummy, obviously classics like Fast and the Furious Supercharged, and those are all inside, so we don't have to worry about those angry clouds. Well, the good news is I was afraid Hagrid's was going to be down all day, and they're doing a new virtual line test that I wanted to show you and talk to you about. But I just talked to the team members, and they said it did come back up for like just a few minutes from the technical difficulties, but then it closed in because of the weather. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to ride it when we come back. Just like everyone went to Forbidden Journey, everyone is now also going to Hogsmeade Station to ride the Hogwarts Express. It has a posted 65-minute wait, which is entirely too long for this attraction. As much as I enjoy it and enjoy getting on the train, you walk if you see it at 65 minutes, but we're not going to do that. The Hogwarts Express is not only an attraction, but it's actually a park-to-park transportation. And you can get it here in Islands of Adventure at Hogsmeade, and then you can also get it at King's Cross Station over in Universal Studios Florida outside of Diagon Alley. Because it's a park-to-park transportation, you have to have a park-to-park ticket. They're going to scan your annual pass or your ticket or whatever you're using before you go over there. And it is different both ways, so it's actually quite lovely. I would never recommend waiting 65 minutes for this, so let's hope it's not actually that long. I do think everybody's doing the same thing I am, which is leaving the park with the more outdoor attractions. So at this point, I would recommend walking. You just have to get to the front of the park. Then it's like less than 10 minutes. I can make it in probably 5 or less to get to the 2 parks. So definitely don't think you need to wait too long. But we are tracking the wait times today. It's the fun of the day. So let's do it. While very cool, the Hogwarts Express does have a very low capacity because you can only put 8 people in each cabin. There's not that many cabins, and then you have to wait for the train to go back and forth between the 2 parks. So you cannot ride this if you don't have a park-to-park ticket, but we're gonna see if 65 minutes is accurate. I've waited a long time for this ride before, so I believe it could be that long. Line update. I've been in line for about 25 minutes, and I've got like 1 down and back left before I go around and up the stairs. So it's moving faster than I thought, but I still think we'll at least be at a 45-minute wait. If you're going to be waiting in line, a good thing to wonder is like, what am I going to do while I wait in line? I usually work. I review other videos that are going on YouTube, or I respond to questions on Slack from my teammates, or I put up Instagram polls and things like that. So those are always fun. Follow us on Instagram, and I'll answer questions and respond to DMs and things like that. So I make the most of my line waiting, but what a lot of people do is they will play games like Heads Up, or other handheld games with their friends and family. I like to, if I have friends and family with me, if I'm having a fun time in the park, I like to pose rousing discussions like, which Harry Potter character is the worst and why isn't Ron Weasley? He's a terrible friend. He's a terrible friend, and he's even worse in the books than the movies. I'm sorry, but I'm not sorry. So think of some fun questions. Is a hot dog a sandwich? You can debate that. What scene would you put from the books into the movies in Harry Potter? What ridiculous scene that they added to the movies would you take out, and why would it be the shoe tying scene? See, these are all fun things you can do in line. All right, it has been 40 minutes and I'm almost up the stairs. So 65 might not be that far off. It's not that much further to go. Also, looking at the other rides in the parks, the wait times are very, very long now, again, because of the rain. So Simpsons, 65-minute wait. Men in Black, 60-minute wait. Shrek 40, 60-minute wait. Fast and the Furious Supercharged, 75-minute wait. Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey is at capacity, meaning they can't even fit any more people into the queue over there. Kong is at a 2-hour wait, so the waits get very, very long here when it rains. It has been about 50 minutes, and I am in a stall, ready for the next train. Honestly, Ron, they're just sweets. I don't get to do my Hermione impersonation when there's other people in the car with me out of being polite. I like the Hogwarts Express. I think it's a cool way, but it is not worth 50 to 55 minutes to wait for it. So if it's that long, just walk. But so far, the wait times have been mostly accurate. But now we're in Universal Studios Florida, where there's long waits everywhere. So we're going to hit at least 1, maybe 2, and then hopefully get over to ride Velocicoaster again. We'll see where the day takes us. Right now, the day has taken us to one of my favorite attractions, Revenge of the Mummy. This is a dark ride / roller coaster. It has a 100-minute wait right now. 100 minutes. Let's see if that's true. All right, 100-minute wait, here we go. I do want to point out this is like a perfect storm, the horrible situation as far as waits go. It's raining, which means all the outdoor attractions are delayed, and then some of the indoor ones are having issues as well right now. I saw that Despicable Me and Men in Black are both having delayed times right now, and E.T., I'm sorry. So that's why all of the rides, Transformers, all the indoor rides that are still open, Supercharged, Jimmy Fallon, are going to have really long lines right now. So we'll see if this is true, but this is kind of like this isn't a normal scenario. Wait time update. It's been about 35 minutes. I would say this line's not moving fast at all, but it's not moving as slow as I thought either. I'm pretty far into the queue. If you're not familiar with this attraction, it is A+. Oh dear. Before Velocicoaster, it was my favorite non-Harry Potter attraction in Universal, but basically you're on the set of a Mummy movie, like the Brendan Fraser ones, and everyone on the set believes in the curse of the Magi and Imhotep, the bad guy, but Brendan Fraser doesn't believe in it, and as it turns out, the curse is real. Oh my, what is with the nightmare queues? This wasn't open during Corona. Should I grab this? Oh! No, I shouldn't. I'm sorry, everyone. I made the lights go off with my greed for the treasure. What a glorious surprise. It has been a little over 45 minutes. It's been like 47 minutes. And there's what, like 9 people ahead of me to get on this vehicle? That's less than half of the posted wait time. What a glorious moment in my life right now. Wow. I need to put my hat in there. Wow, I am delighted to say that wait time was less than half of the posted wait. It was like 48 minutes when it says 100. So I am tickled to learn this, and I hope you are too. So part of the reason I do these videos, I know the waits are going to be different everywhere, but hopefully it'll help you kind of just understand what the wait times are going to be. They're going to always fluctuate, but you can also see where I started in line, and then when you're here, you can hopefully kind of guess. But mostly it's just to see, are these things accurate? And I think because of the rain, because the other attractions having downtimes, they just threw up big numbers because they would always rather have you wait less and be excited than wait more and be sad. In other great news, the weather-closed attractions are starting to open up again. There's wait times for the attraction in Simpsons that is outside, and everything that was closed for technical difficulties, E.T., Despicable Me, and Men in Black, are all open again. So the wait times are being dispersed a little more evenly throughout the park, and I am headed into Diagon Alley to get in line for Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. Okay, here we go into Harry Potter and the Escape from Gringotts. It has a posted 120-minute wait. I have stood in this line for a very long time before, so I absolutely believe it can get that long. This has a 42-inch height requirement, and this is a part dark ride 3D simulator, part coaster. It is very fun and another must-do for my Harry Potter fans. But this is a great one to knock out first if you come to the park, this park first. It's a great one to do an early park admission. But we're gonna clock this one like we're clocking everything, obviously. But I'm telling you, I have waited a very long time in this line before. 1 hour and 5 minutes later, and I have made it into Gringotts Bank. That was a very long time to be doing switchbacks, so I don't know if it will take a full 2 hours. The queue tends to move faster once you get in here, but yikers. I will say though, this is stunning in here, and I absolutely adore this queue as well. Universal does a great queue. I will give credit where credit is due, but the plot of this attraction is you are stepping foot into Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows in the exact moment that Harry, Ron, and Hermione are breaking into Bellatrix Lestrange's vault inside Gringotts to get the Horcrux that is the Hufflepuff Cup. So you are stepping in that exact moment. and the story plays out around you. But you're going on a little tour of Gringotts with Bill Beasley. Another great detail when you're down here is if you look at the windows, you can actually see the reflections and shadows of Griphook. Harry, Ron, and Hermione. Griphook is the goblin that they recruit to help them. But you know exactly when this takes place because, oh, there they are. Ron has been enchanted, been disfigured to look like a Death Eater, and Hermione has taken Polyjuice Potion to look like Bellatrix Lestrange. So, again, that's how you know where we are in the story. The pre-show is back, friends. An hour and 37 minutes after getting in line, we're getting into the pre-show.
What was that? The Weasley's wildfire whiz-bangs.
Muggles might describe the journey to the vault as a high-speed roller coaster ride with sudden and dramatic acceleration, climbing, stopping and diving. You are now approaching the card station. Remain seated. Hold on to the balustrade and keep your hands and feet inside the car.
And 46 minutes. So that was pretty close, about 15 minutes off the posted wait time. I love that attraction. I think it's super fun as a Harry Potter fan. It's a must-do in my book. I don't think any attraction is worth spending an hour and 45 minutes in line if you don't have to. So I actually think if you wanted to rope drop this and then jump on the train and get over to the other park, that might not be a bad move. Otherwise, this one should drop in the late evening, afternoon. I think the weather also threw it off today. Okay, I am actually headed back over to the other park because there are bigger attractions over there we didn't get to ride yet because of the rain than there are left in this park. So I am headed over to get in line for Velocicoaster. And I've also got an update on the Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM situation. The cruel irony is before, when I was coming from Hogsmeade, the King's Cross line was 10 minutes and the Hogsmeade was an hour. And now it's the literal opposite in the app. But I'm gonna walk instead of taking the train this time. It's a 65-minute queue, and while I do like taking the train both ways because it's different, and I actually like King's Cross to Hogsmeade more, with the weather being the way it is and Hagrid's being the way it is, I want to get over there. I am back in Islands of Adventure, and I'm walking across the newly opened bypass in between the Lost Continent and Jurassic Park because it dumps you out right at the entrance to Velocicoaster, which is our next adventure. We're going to hope it works out better than last time when it started raining. Ooh, baby, am I excited. I can see the queue down there. The last time I checked the wait times, it was 90 minutes, 9-0. So we'll see if that's what it is when I get up here, probably, since it was closed for so long because of the weather. But this one moves people through pretty quick. They usually run 4 trains. Okay, we are now at a 100-minute wait, 100 posted minutes. Wait time update. It's been a little under 25 minutes, and we are on the last-ish weave back. I don't know, this back and forth gets very confusing, but it's moving at a pretty good clip. It's certainly moving than it felt like it was over at Escape from Gringotts. But I want to show you this cool map because the plot of this is that we are in Jurassic World, like the theme park from the Jurassic World movies. And I've said this before in my Velocicoaster movie, or whole video about Velocicoaster, but basically we are in the Jurassic World theme park before the first Jurassic World movie, and this is what they are building before the Indominus Rex to give the guests more teeth. The barrel roll right, y'all, there. So much fun. It's been almost 45 minutes exactly, and I've made it back inside to this part of the queue. The inside tends to feel like it moves a little faster. I don't know if that's just because you have more things to look at, but the outside wasn't too hot right now because it's the evening and it cooled off because of the rain, but the outside part is a little tedious, but so far I'm halfway through that posted wait time. No, I'm sorry, a little under halfway through that posted wait time of 100 minutes.
You're ready to ride.
I love this queue. The lights flash and mean things. So like when the lights flash red in here, that means that a raptor run's coming by. Here they come. That's a symbol. That's a signal. Ah! That's gonna be us. Here come the raptors. This is why you don't do single rider friends. You do not want to miss this. Is this not the coolest thing you've ever seen in a queue ever in your whole life? What's super cool about these lockers is they are dual-sided, so it helps with traffic flow, which is why they keep yelling at you. Mr. DNA and the cast will keep just insisting that you remember either the color, the dinosaur, or the number, because you're not going to come physically back to the same place. So like you need to remember yellow for or T-Rex, and that's how I know where my stuff is going to be. Why is that ride so good? It's so amazing. It is like, I cannot recommend that ride enough. It's absolutely incredible. It'll take your breath away. Ride in the front. Also the back though. The back is more thrilling. It's perfect. The attraction, the wait. It took me 1 hour and 5 minutes. So 65 minutes to get to the lockers. And then I didn't have a phone to clock it anymore. But I'm gonna guess about 10-15 more minutes to actually physically get on the ride. So we'll leave this one about 75 to 80 on a posted 100-minute wait. When you think about it, 80 minutes isn't terrible for the newest ride in a park, the newest thrill ride. It's the middle of the summer. But also think about the fact that when I was gonna ride it earlier before the rain interrupted it, I started much closer up. I've also seen this drop to 45 minutes. 45 minutes, and in the mornings, it'll be like 35 minutes. So I wouldn't recommend getting in line for this one if it says 100 minutes. Even though I only waited 80, that's still the longest I've ever waited for it, besides on actual opening day, which is to be expected. So I would wait for this one. I would either rope drop this one. Yeah, I think I'd rope drop this one or come over here pretty early on in the day. Okay, let's talk about Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure TM new virtual system. They just started testing it out yesterday from the day I'm filming this. And the way that it works is you sign up for the virtual queue using a QR code that they actually have on signs around the park. Actually, here's one right here at the entrance to Velocicoaster. You can see on the A-frame, there's a QR code on there. They have those placed around the park. You can also see in front of the attraction there are cast members holding little signs. Or there is a website that you can go to that's listed on the Universal Orlando app. You are going to go onto that website, and then you are going to sign into your Universal Orlando account, let them know how many people that you have, and then you can reserve a spot in the line. Now, what it tells you is it'll say like, you can reserve a spot in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Like it literally like puts you physically into a virtual line. No longer do you get to select what time that you'd like to ride or anything like that. So then it says, all right, you are in line and you can come back at 5:35 and you have to be back before 6:05. Now keep going back in there because it did update me a bunch of times. At first it said I had to come back at 6 and then I would keep checking it and it would say, no, you've gotten bumped up to 5:30, you've gotten bumped up to 5:20. So I think it just depends how fast they're getting through people. Another great thing, you can also alter it if perhaps it tells you you're coming back at 6, but you are in line at Velocicoaster and that's an hour wait, so you're not gonna be able to get there at 6. You can push it back using a slide bar. You can also cancel it, try and reschedule it. My best tip, check for it early in the morning. Get that website plugged in there. You do have to be on Universal Orlando property to do it. And then if it's not available, keep checking back, keep fiddle-faddling, because it should pop up throughout the day. And this is hoping to work better so that more people get to ride it, and that it's more efficient than reserving the times and then having people not show up. Another thing that's interesting about the new virtual system that they're testing is that if the attraction is down, you will not be able to book it. So it's not like people could book their spots that whole time that the attractions were closed due to weather, which I actually think is a great move, because what happens if you're able to book a reserve time, or you're able to get something like a boarding group for Rise of the Resistance, and then there's an attraction downtime, when the attraction comes back up, all those people come back at the same time. And since you can't do that, you're avoiding having a big long line buildup. So we're not going to talk about the wait, because there literally isn't a way to go wait there and figure out how long it's going to be anymore. You just have to get the virtual line. And I just talked to a team member who said with this system, what they're seeing is when people come back, at most they're waiting 30 minutes, if not significantly less, when they actually get called back. So it seems like the system may work out, save you some time in line. We'll continue to test it out for you. And let us know what questions you have in the comments. But it's a pretty intuitive system once you get that QR code scanned or on that website. Again, my best advice, as always, is to keep checking back. If it says it's full, just keep checking back, because if they are able to get more people through the queue, or people aren't able to make it, they're going to keep updating it in real time. That's why when I got one, it kept saying, no, you can come earlier, because they were clearly getting through people faster than they expected. Well, friends, that is a wrap on my wait times at Universal Orlando video. What did we learn today? Well, for the most part, wait times were pretty accurate. Most of them were within 15 minutes of their posted time, and most of them were under that, meaning I waited less than it said. Of course, the only attraction that I actually waited a little bit longer for was the Hulk at the beginning of the day, and the biggest outlier, I actually waited half of the posted time over at the Mummy. I also waited significantly less over at Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey, and a pretty decently less time over at Velocicoaster. So for the most part, their wait times are accurate, if not overshot a little bit. Most of mine were pretty spot on. So let us know what Universal questions you have in the comments. Should we keep doing this? Is this helpful to you for planning? What kind of videos would be helpful? Let us know all of that in the comments. Make sure to rate, review, subscribe to our channel, follow us on social media, and until next time, friends, I'm Molly, and it's been magical. Want to see more of my videos? Click over here. Want to subscribe? You can do that right here. And also, ring that notification bell to make sure you get instantly notified anytime we post a new video. Thanks for following. See you real soon.